So we have understood the importance of built-in functions, right? As I told you, we'll be discussing about filter and map at the anonymous functions concepts, right? Yes, we have understood anonymous function. How do you define anonymous function and the importance of lambda keyword, right? Now let's understand about first type which we widely use with lambda keyword, which is filter function. You just relate it blindly to a common English language terminology. What do you mean by filter? You use filters at your home, right? Why do you use filter? To get pure water, right? In the same way, we use filter to get the filter, complete correct elements or the filter out elements of a sequence, whatever, depending on the result. Pure things. You just need not want everything, such as if you just pass some list of elements, you want to get even numbers out of it, you're filtering out, right? The same way, if you pass some strings and you are giving some spaces at there, you want to filter out only given strings, there you use it. It always evaluates to true. That is the reason it will generate in the format of list mainly, because even filter, map, zip, enumerate, they don't generate directly the result, because they give you an object. So with that object, you can convert anything to like list, tuple, dict, set, whatever it is, right? So filter, you are trying to filter out the elements. Now to make it easy to understand, as usual, let us go to our practice part. So I'll be just keeping these comments wide, and let me close it here because I just wanted to use filter function, because filter is a built-in function automatically. Even if you wanted to get the help of it, just let me run this module and let me give you what does filter will give you. So if I go for filter, see, it will give you the default methods on it. Filter function, the objects are function or none. It can take a function or a none. The object is filter object. So return an iterator, it returns an iterator yielding those items of iterable for which function is true. Okay, you need not worry if you don't understand that. I'll be taking an example and make you understand. So first, let's try to give filter function, where I'll be taking the example of remove the missing data. So for that, I'll be just passing a list of values, something like countries names. Why can't we take the countries names, where basically we live in India, and my part is to my aim is to even travel all over the globe. So I'll be doing it any sometime. So I'll be just making it. So career first, right? So balancing everything. I want to go to UK, just enjoying and coming back to India. It's not settling out over there. I want to go to Venice. Let me keep some names over here. I come to my names, and I missed some part here because I want to just recap where I wanted to go some of the wish lists, because again I want to go to Greece, and will be something like any other name, Hong Kong or anything. You just pass your own values. Again I missed some values over here, and again I try to give something like Poland or anything. You just pass here some interesting values. I am giving my wish list of values. You need not worry about it, right? You're having some empty things over here. That means you think the length of countries is 1 2 3 4 5. No, because you're also having two empty strings over there. Suppose if you give print of length of countries, you'll be understanding the difference over there. When you execute this, clearly you get it as 7. That's where you have made mistake. You are not counting them. So now I wanted to remove the missing data. That's where I directly use my filter function, where it expects a function or none. So here I'm having empty thing, right? So I just need not declare any function. I can directly give none. And what is my iterable over here? I made my list as an iterable over here. Iterable and iterator both are different. List is an iterable where we can pass group of values. Okay. Now when you just print off C, you directly get a filter object. You cannot see the result directly. See, you are getting a filter object where you are getting some memory location. So if you wanted to get the result of it, you can either give list or tuple or set, whatever it is, because it will take input as an iterable. There you go. You see, you got India, UK, Venice, Greece, Poland. Even if you want to give tuple of any iterable, right? So here, if I directly pass it here, it's an empty because this function is not running from here. So just make sure that when you call this, you can give anything. If you wanted to give print of tuple of C, obviously the length will be decreased. You will see the missing values because already you have passed list here. So just close this. You cannot get both at a time, and when you execute this, now you get in the format of tuple. So don't make it again and again. Once you have converted that thing into one format, you cannot again filter out it. So just decide on yourself what you wanted to use. So filter has removed here missing data. That's the first take. Okay. So now what do I do is I want to filter out some uneven elements because I'll be taking input from user and I want to get only the list of even numbers. That is my another use case. It's my second problem statement. Only list of even numbers. So filter all other things. So first I'll take input from user, only integers. So int of x for x in input of, so pass the values, input of, enter the values. To make it more easy to user, I'm giving some strings over there. So I'm asking him to split by using commas. There you go. So I don't want above result. What do? I just keep them in quotations. So keep the quotations here. And now if you want to see what are the values user gave, you can just give print of a. That's it. And now you just pass your, see clearly I did not use any lambda function here when directly I have used filter. But now I want to filter out even values, right? Where I'll be using filter function along with anonymous function. So first I'll give filter, you write function, right? I declare anonymous function, lambda. What are your arguments? Your argument can be anything, x or y, but what is your expression? Remember, how do you get filter? How do you remove? How do you get even or odd values? You just pass the value divisible by 2 and remainder is 0. That's where you have, remember, if you used percentile, that is same, x percentile 2 equal to 0, right? So here it is expecting this as your expression. Fine, you got your expression. But what is your iterable over there? Where you need to pass your input, right? There you go. That means first part is done. Even if you see the result here, you are not passing any container here. You see, you get the filter object again when you pass the values. See, 1, 4, 5, 63, you got the filter object. That is where you need to make some change. So if you want to get the list of elements, so pass list here, right? So when you give list here, automatically you are trying to filter out the values, right? So when you execute this, suppose if I give 1, 4, 7, 8, 2, 5, 6, what are even values? 1, 4, 2, 6, right? There you go. Sorry, 1 is odd number, my bad. 4, 8, 2, 6 are odd, even numbers. And even if you want to get odd numbers, what do? You just make it as not equal to 0. That's it. There you go. 1, 4, 7, 8, 2, 5, 6, 3, 1, 7, 5, 3 are even odd numbers. Sorry, I am repeating it wrong. So 1, 7, 5, 3 are odd numbers and above case 4, 8. You know odd and even, I need not make it very specific. My intention is you are filtering out. If you tried the same logic by using function or if condition, it will take at least 4 to 5 lines. But here we made it in a single stretch. The reason you are using list is you need to get the result out of the filter function because you are getting the result in the format of an object. You use filter to get the result. That's it. You can use anything like function or none. We have used none in the above case and we have used a function here. That's where you give your argument and expression. What happens if you don't give a here? You observe everything. There's nothing wrong over there. 4, 5, 2, 8. See, 4, 5, 2, 8, the list is printed. Filter is expecting 2 arguments, but how many we gave? Only 1 because iterable is missing. That is the reason we have passed iterable, which is list, because you need to pass the input, right? How does this will evaluate? taking the input from user and it will match each and every value. That's where we make up so many wonderful things in Python with some short lines of code, right? So what is the only odd number from this is 5, because we gave not equal to 0, equal to 0, not equal to 0. Whatever logic you want to give, just follow that. But filter will filter out the values and return in the format of a list. Basically, if you want to have tuple, you can just give tuple here. If you want to have set, you can give set. So filtering out only needed values, that's where we use filter widely.